Hey guys, happy Sunday. I'm back at the school. I'm gonna kind of show you where I left off yesterday because I don't think I actually ended yesterday. But yeah, let me flip you around. The kindergarten building, so this poster needs to come down so they can clean the windows. We have to clean up the SIP stuff that belongs to kindergarten. And again, I gotta take the word leader down from up here because that's all the kids' pictures. We have to bring the sweaters up to the front office when the school's actually, like during the week when the school's open. And then these goal setting things, those have to come down. This one has to come down because I'll clean that low. I already took this goal poster down. That welcome aboard sign has to come down. I have to return the cape, but this is gonna stay. Those are gonna stay, and then we're just gonna take and trash all the octopi down, and I'm going to take the little habit posters down. Walking toward my room. So like my front entryway is basically done, minus I have to take this St. Patrick's Day banner down. Let me get a good look. So those, these posters are gonna come down. Everything's gonna come off except for the border and the paper on there. And I might even leave like the sharp work header, because that's just, that way this board's ready for next year. I think I'll probably do that. But my counters have to be completely cleaned off. I need to take all the names out of all the cubbies. And I want to clean this up. I'll leave the paper there. But like those books need to be put away, and then all these centers need to be put away. These posters all have to come down. All this stuff needs to get put away. My job chart needs to come down. Besides, I think I'm doing something different for next year. Basically, this entire counter needs to be cleaned off. I might leave my toolbox out. I haven't decided. Unless I can fit it into one of my cabinets. Then I'm not going to lift you up, but this board and that board have pictures of the kids in our class from throughout the year, so I need to take all that down. Take down the felt border parts, because I don't think I'm going to do that again. In fact, I think I'm going to just take everything off the top board because I don't know what I'm going to do with it next year. I'm going to take down not the border of the paper, but all the word wall things. I need to take all that stuff down, clear that out so it's nothing's in it, so they can replace it. Clean off the door, take off those. The name that's gotta come down. This entire wall is coming down. I need to finish my board. Basically, this entire front wall needs to be finished. All that work, the numbers, all that stuff. And this entire wall. I'm going to leave the alphabet and the shapes and the stuff on the top because they don't normally clean up there anyway. So I'm not going to mess with that. And then that steamer wheel is going to come down. My library's got to be cleaned up. And this whole back thing has to be cleaned up. Everything like on the top of my cabinets will stay, except I might actually take that big bucket and put it out. Because I think that's just Halloween and Christmas, so I can at least wait a couple months before having to bring that back in. Oh, and then this reading rainbow has to come down, and my calm down spot. So I have a lot I have to do, but I also have to finish prepping these packets. They will be the death of me. So yeah, I'm going to, these ones there. Oh, focus. Maybe if I put my finger farther out. There we go. So basically all that's left to go in there are the pictures, and then, like for instance, I'm going to send home the name tags because it's got a number line on it, and they're actually only probably a few weeks old. Like they only had a couple weeks use of them. So I'll probably just pull them up and like cut off the tape and put them in their bags, and they can have them. Plus they have their first and last names on the name tags, so they can practice writing their last name too. But yeah, there's the overview. I stopped on my way in and got McDonald's because I'm starving. So I'm going to eat. I'm going to turn my computer on, check to see if I finished backing up everything on my computer because they're going to re-image our computers this summer. And we'll see what happens from there. The packets are looking more full. I basically, above here, I had this gigantic bulletin board, this gray one, split into 3 sections. So I had like the first section on either side of this, so it was a We Are Family, and these are like pictures I took throughout the year of us. So all that's done, and I left the words because I plan on doing a We Are Family board again. And then I had We Are Leaders because we are a Leader in Me school, and so every time, or the first time a student earned Leader of the Week, they got to get a picture with their certificate, and it went up on there. And then in between the two was my birthday poster. So that's all cleared off except for the letters. I'm going to plan on fixing the slanted leaders that's coming up here, but I might do it like a big straight board and just do one big thing, and then I'm thinking about putting my birthdays like in between these 2 boards. So that's one thing I might do, or maybe I might just do because I plan on making this my calendar, maybe I'll do like a monthly birthday focus and only put those kids' birthdays up at a time. I haven't quite decided on that. So yes, I went around and I took down, you can see there's still some residual Scotch mounting tape that I am going to have to go through and pick off my walls the best I can. But I took down all the school posters that we're going to, well, I don't know if we're going to reuse them next year, but they are all in here on my Lead the Way posters. And I figured anything else that like I'll need readily be able to hang for next school year is going to go in here, and I'll put this in an easily accessible spot. So they kind of see this is getting, I'm going to have so much trash for my custodians. I feel terrible. But I cleaned out my small group cart. So I emptied all my, what are those, storage clipboards, which had, well, I found my lists, but they also had, let me see if I can find one without a kid's name on it. I'm sad because we only, here. Yeah, so they look like this. I don't remember, it's a TPT product. I'll see if I can remember to link it below. But basically it's got list 1, and when they mastered the list and the phrases, they've mastered the list for booklet 1, and then they go all the way through the 10, and then they move on to booklet 2 and so on. So like booklet 1 is really all we expect for kindergarten. I mean, even some of these words are ones I wouldn't expect them to know, but I had started doing this as a sight word intervention for my small groups, and I only got around to a few groups of them before things kind of hit the fan, and we never got to finish. So I wanted to put that away back in the kiddo's bin before I forgot, and I didn't want to show you the name. So you can see I've got cabinets open because I am working slowly but surely. So this cabinet down here was mostly like extra decor-y type thing, so I've been putting stuff back in here. It's got like extra pocket charts, all that. So I'll probably put things back in there and kind of push it to the back and put things in front. This, all of this stuff, I pulled off the inside of my cabinet because I had them hanging, so that way it was like a quick, you know, pick me up type area. But they're all gonna go into that top box, which I'm just shy of being able to reach, even on my tippy toes. And like this, and there's a couple things that kids have made me that are gonna go in that box. Otherwise, this cabinet looks pretty good. I'm planning on taking home my laminating sheets with me and my laminator. This cabinet has, ooh, that's where I put this, my Safer Smarter Kids kit, which I need to put back into my closet. This has curriculum, like books, which I have some at home, so I need to remember to bring those in. And then these are some A to Z books, which will eventually go up there with its siblings, and that goes on that shelf, but not now. And then this is a mess. So this is, this is a bucket of like small anchor charts and reference posters that I have readily available to pull out during the school year, and apparently things I needed to laminate that I never got around to. So that stays here at all times. So I don't know if you guys remember the Scholastic dollar sale, but one of the dollar books was the night before the kindergarten graduation. So I accidentally ordered 2 20 sets. Like I ordered 1 20 set, forgot I ordered some of these, or ordered them. And when I went in to do a second order a couple weeks later, I ordered another set of 20. So I have 40 of them, which will last me a couple years, so that's nice. But I had originally on the last week of school was gonna write each kid a note and send this home. And I might still do that, but I also have a lot of students who are just not picking up the hard copy packets. So I was thinking about mailing them, and they're pretty light, but like that, I'm gonna have to buy envelopes that fit them. So I might just not, and I might start that next year. I haven't decided. And then these are curriculum, like not school or county curriculum books, but resource curriculum books that I use. So like 180 Days of Social Studies for Kindergarten. I was not a fan. I'm not a fan because we have the same social studies book of the social studies curriculum we use. So I use this as a supplement thing. These are those categories, I think they're called, like hair, scary, ordinary, what is an adjective, and all those types of books that I use to talk about parts of speech. But they came as a bundle, which is why I have so many. I have no idea why those are here, so I'm going to put those in my holiday stuff. This is a social and emotional learning book. That was my professional development plan this year, was to learn about like teaching social and emotional skills, and I messed up and I purchased this, I think off Zulily, though I know you can get it on Amazon. I was like, social and emotional learning for 5 and up, not seeing the word grades. I was thinking ages, so I was like, oh, this is perfect, and I got it, and I started reading it. I'm like, oh, this is not gonna work, but I have it because it is a good resource, and you never know. I've got Success with Alphabet, I've got category cut-ups, phonics games, 25 read and write mini books, and then this is just a bunch of other stuff that I have that I probably am going to throw out. Cough drops, I don't know if those are expired. They are long expired. I can trash those. In fact, that's trash, which is sad, but a good thing I didn't need them, so I'll take the little victory. What else is in here? So these are A to Z books that I printed on photo paper when I did a grad school like mini internship thing, because that's what I had readily available at the time. I didn't have a printer with ink, and my other job allowed me to print things on photo paper for cheap. So I probably don't want to get rid of those, which is why they're probably sitting up in this cabinet, and now I don't know where to put them. So I'm going to just do what I do best and shove them up here for a later date. There, yep. This is supposed to be a readily available poster. It's story mapping. And this is all just resources. So I'm going to put it all into the folder. Back in here. So this was my lesson plan book for my internship year. I'll have to look through that over the summer. One of my textbooks from my grad school program was the QRI, so I like having that on hand. And this is time test for addition and some language arts things, and then more mini books that we got. These are all blank notebooks, so I have a couple hard or spiral bound ones that I like to use for notes. These are regular composition books. I think all those are regular composition books, but then these colored ones were donated to the school from one of our local Walmarts, and they're the primary kind with the primary like size lines, but they don't have picture writing space. I figured I could use them next year at some point. And up at the top there, I think those are just PD things that I've had. And then we have our SIPS box of the little books, and those are some Scott Forsman. No, that's what we use. We use Reading Street. I don't know what reading program these are from. I got these for super cheap. Like when I was in my bachelor program still, from some thrift store, and they're like teacher manuals for kindergarten reading. And then not the curriculum I use, but I do like having like different story ideas and ways to practice skills on hand. So that's why I have those. But yeah, so that's that cabinet. And then just for funsies, I'll show you. This drawer is actually not as bad as I thought it was going to be. So I've got, these are from a Christmas project, ribbon for my label maker, fun tapes, envelopes, colored pens, just a couple. Oh, I'm surprised there's no roaches. A couple things. I've got window crayons, so I don't know if I'm allowed to use them, so that's why they're back there. Apparently I've got batteries in here, and binder clips. It's good because I was going to go order more, so I'm glad to know I have those. Under my sink is another hot mess. So I've got some cleaning stuff. I've got that big brown bag actually had their birthday presents that I was going to do this year, but I never had time to put them together, so I didn't. Extra supplies and like tools and batteries and extra supplies there. And then this one was all small group stuff on the top. And then an extra bucket. The squeegee in the pan was going to be a Fun Friday activity that we didn't get to do. And then my laminator's there. And then this is more small group, easy access. So I've got like the highlighters, these are erasers for our small group erase boards, the little finger eyes. These are from my Reading Rainbow. I've got command hooks. This is like a hot mess, as you can tell. I've got stamps. I've got these. I've got this. More post-it notes, Velcro, my wet erase. These were, I was going to make a headbands game. And I didn't get a chance to get around to it. I've got a letterboard back here, which I think normally when we, at the beginning of the school year, we put anything we don't want into like our auditorium, and it's basically saying, hey, other teachers, it's up for grabs, completely free. So I think I'm just going to take all my letterboard stuff and do that, because I decided it was too much effort to have one and use it regularly, and it would probably just say welcome to kindergarten all year if I ended up using it. So yep, that is a tour of what my cabinets look like now. It's cleared off, but one thing I did not think about is sun damage. Like, oh my god, look at this difference. I don't know if the camera is gonna let you tell, but it's like bright purple to this like yellow sun damaged purple. And now I'm sad because I really wanted to just reuse this paper for next year and put like different things on it, like different word cards and alphabet labels, but I'm gonna be able to tell and it's gonna bother me. But I think I'm still gonna leave it up through the summer, and then I will determine in the fall if I want to order more paper, because it's it's better than paper. Paper is expensive, and it's also a pain to put up. Like, this took my sister and I a solid probably almost hour to get like this and the borders, both of the borders put up. The borders look like they're in good shape. And I can say that because like my top row, the circles went up and around, and there's like, I can't tell a visual sun damage difference. So that's promising as far as being able to reuse these borders. I just haven't I don't know about the paper. With the student pictures, but I've taken down out in the kindergarten center. I took down all of our octopi coloring things and the habit posters that were up. I took down all the student pictures and I took down our goals. So this building, like as far as the grade-wide stuff, is pretty much done. It's a mess right now, as it always is, honestly, but that's a-okay. Because this welcome aboard thing, that technically belongs to one of my team teachers. We just put it out here as a kindergarten level thing. So yeah, we marked one room off. Hello, happy Sunday. It's May 3rd. It's the 3rd of May, yep. I'm in my classroom, as you can tell. I've been here for a little bit. I'm not planning on staying super long. I just wanted to kind of get out of the apartment for at least a little bit and work on packing up my room some more. So I'm gonna flip you around. I'm gonna show you, I'm trying to get that off my cabinet. I'm gonna flip you around. I'm gonna show you what I've gotten done while I've been here and what my game plan is before I leave. All right, so it doesn't really look like a lot at face value, but I feel like I've been productive. I mean, I came in and I ate first, so that took up a little bit of the time that I was here, but I will show you my entire calm down area is cleaned up. The desk where I kept stuff that I would rotate through my calm down bin, all of it is over in there now. All these posters, those are gone. Or not gone, I took them down, I put them up, all the different posters our admin has us do. I put some last decor things and little things up in these cabinets. So like I added things that were for my like front of my room. That's in there, along with down in there. And then I added some other things into there. So I kind of got stuff toted and pushed away in different areas. This front board is cleaned off, minus having to put the Brain Quest in my closet. And I'll probably just leave the yardstick there. Maybe I'll throw it on the shelf in my closet. I haven't decided. Those posters are going to stay up. There's no reason for them to come down. We don't clean that top part. None of that gets painted. It's all a-okay. So my next... I guess I can show you over here. This is still the same. I haven't really touched it. I haven't touched my library. Walking into my closet. Basically, I've done nothing in here. The only thing I have done is put the posters that I took down way up there. Because we can right now. I'm thinking... Yeah, so what my game plan for today is I want to take down my Reading Rainbow wall, because it's not going to be there next year. For one, and two, we need to take it down so they can clean the door, especially because that's the door to the bathroom, so, you know, there's that. I would like to take down the work off the Sharp work board. I completely forgot about it the last time I was in here. And I would like to clean off the majority of my counter over here. The only thing I'm not sure about is where I'm going to put this, because this was supposed to be my class's basket for our spring festival that got canceled. Here we are walking from my doorway in the Centrium. It's dark because I don't feel like turning the lights on. It helps keep the building cooler. But you can see that's all gone. The only thing on the ground that has to come up is my stop mark for when the kids line up outside this door in the morning. But that's just dollar store tape, duct tape, so that'll come up easily. And they're gonna wax these floors this week, so that's fine. This is staying, that's staying. Like I said, everything's basically done. So here is an overview of my classroom right now. And back to the door. So These are reusable bags and plastic bags that I keep in my room. The reusable bags I let students use as backpacks if they don't have a backpack. And I also let them use the plastic bags, and the plastic bags are also how I send home clothes that have had an accident in going down. So in this one, this is a box of books that I've labeled, but they're not in their bins, and I don't feel like dealing with that, so I just left the box of books here. And this is a magnet kit that I ordered that got here because our last science unit or lesson is magnets. So I had ordered this a while ago and it finally came, and of course we can't use it, so there's that. These are signs that were hanging in the Centrium on like the glass door, and I just took them down so they could wash the door. These first two shelves are my centers. They're the last centers we did. I probably should empty them and clean them out, but I'm not going to, and I'll regret that in the fall, but that's fine. So those are there. This bottom shelf are reading A to Z books that I need to make. I should take those home and work on them over the summer, but I'm not going to. Turning this way. So this, from here over are books like that the school has purchased. There are STEM books, because we are a STEM magnet program school. Those are there. They're there because I borrowed the big plastic bucket that we keep them in to bring home my seat sacks and my pillows so I could wash them, and I just haven't brought that bucket back. So they're chilling on my bookshelf, which is fine. These and these came out of my teacher read aloud shelf just so I can get them out of the way. And then this are computer paper that I have not used that were given to me from the kids from their supply list. Over here, this is basically all my Calm Down Spot stuff, and then all my Jeannie B. Jones books that came out of the drawer of my teacher bookshelf. These, this, and this are all my morning tub bins. Again, I should probably go through them, but I'm not going to, and it will be a-okay. These are my little individual writing boards for just words or short sentences. And then this bucket back here is all my calendar stuff. This is all my other whiteboard stuff. So I've got my boards, my markers, and my bin of baby cloths that I use as erasers in here. And normally this just sits on top because I don't use this and the whiteboard. So if we're using, either way, when we get out whiteboards, I just move this to the side and they'll get the correct board out that I need them to. But it doesn't fit in the cubby, so that's why that's there. This is stuff, or this was a bin that I had brought home during the school year. It housed my science and social studies lessons and like these folders. But I brought it, right now it's got all subject areas. Sorry, I'm hearing that noise again and I can't tell where it's coming from or what's going on. But right now it's got books that aren't labeled and just the hodgepodge of stuff that I'll have to deal with in the fall. Nothing on the bottom two shelves there, or there actually, so those bottom three are fine. That bottom shelf is my big book box is what I called it. It sat on the floor in my classroom next to my bookshelves in my library, and they knew during free read time or reading center time they could pick books from here, but they could not pick books from here for their book sacks that were on the back of their backpack, or on the back of their backpacks, on the back of their chairs, because the chair sacks would not support the weight of these books or the size of some of these books, so that's why they're here. These are all my puppets. This Newton and Descartes come from, let's see if I can do this. There we go. So Newton and Descartes are these two guys here. They came from our Big Ideas math curriculum. This is Z. He is from the Sanford Harmony curriculum we use for SEL. I also have my hedgehog, which I don't know why he's in here. He's not supposed to be, but that's fine. And then these ones are just vowel puppets. So duck is U, hen is E, and so on. So those are all in this shelf, so I know where they all are. This is all my clipboards, they fit in there. And this is an empty bucket. That shelf's empty, and those were extra leadership notebooks that I never got around to using. This is stuff that I just brought in. My lunch, stuff from distance learning, Going this way, I left my little cactus up. I don't know if I'm gonna do my job chart here next year. I liked it because it used space that I wouldn't otherwise use, but the clips and it's a lot. So I don't know what I'm gonna do next year. Across the top, those are A to Z books that I store up there. Posters for our SIPS program, so I know where they are. That's blank colored paper that normally sits on my cabinet or thing over there. Teacher toolbox, extra crayons. Doing countertops first. These square crate, they're not really crate, they're like cardboard and fabric seats I got from Five Below. They were $5 a piece. They were the seats at my small group table. And they house different things. So like this was one of my treasure boxes. This one was one of my treasure boxes. And this one is a treasure box. So these, I did like a tiered treasure box system with my kids. It was like regular treasure box, big treasure box, mega treasure box. It was just like the value of the items increased in each box. So like this was just like a standard treasure box. It's got a bunch of bouncy balls, notebooks, things I would pull out of books that I didn't want the kids to like try to get to and rip the books. Party favors, headbands, masks, different random things, flashcards, stuff like that. All went into the regular treasure box. In the big treasure box, we had like dollar store puzzles, mostly a couple like random dollar store toys, coloring books, activity books, things of that nature, activity packs and so on. And then, oh, I can't do this one-handed, hold on. Sorry, it felt weird to have you guys staring at a countertop while I spoke to you. So basically on treasure box day, if they were on green at the end of the day, they got to go to the regular treasure box. If they were on, I think it went blue next, they got to go to the big treasure box. And if the end of the day on purple, they got to go to the mega treasure box. So yeah, that's how that worked. So I left these up. I think next year I'm gonna either just move the We Are Leaders so it's like continuing on one line, or I'm gonna like center them and kind of stagger them and put pictures around them. That actually might be a cute idea. I don't know yet. That stayed up. My computers are all ready for the summer. They are gonna come and re-image them. My desk is basically done. Let me sit and show you. So that's for our Cume folders, and I'm also going to turn my computer on because I need to respond to some emails while I'm here. Woohoo, it's a hot mess, but everything's in here. So I took this out of our emergency binders that we have to carry around with us, and I put that in here. It's a gift card for the vending machine, so I didn't use my debit card because I hope that would limit how often I go. My chapstick, my lotion, my sight word cards that I would bring out to the playground. They had to do a password before they could go play. Cafeteria cards, all that sort of things in there. This is a hodgepodge of school supplies, which some of it was in here all year, some of it I just threw in. And this is a hodgepodge of other things, or my walkie, my spud, candy I never got to give to my kids, and so on. And the only thing I'll do on my last day in here is put this in a drawer so I know where it is. Just looking up from my desk. Ooh, sorry. All these posters are staying. And then that's staying. All my furniture is here, and it's labeled They started with a new company for carpet cleaning last year, and then like years past, according to the staff that I've spoken to, you had to put your name on everything, and they would bring it out into the hallway or your sensory room or whatever, and they would clean the floors and then bring everything back in. So you wanted to label everything. But the company they used last year, they literally just like would do half your room, put everything on one half of your room, go do a different room, come back, move everything, do the second half. So they didn't bring anything out of the rooms. So they really said only put your name on like your personal items, which for me would be this bookcase, that black bookcase, the stool, these two table cap shelf things, and this green shelf. But I want to make sure I get back the other stuff, so I put my name on this big brown bookcase because I love it. It's steady or heavy duty and steady, and for the room layout I'm picturing for next year, I really need this shelf back. I love my display shelf, so I want to make sure I get that back. And this is where I house, it's just a side table stand that like a teacher left here one year, and it's just been in here since. But this is where I house all my teacher books. And I like it because it's at the front of the rooms and it's easy to access, and I'm not always going to my closet to give books. That's going on in this room is this is just like, it's got my certificate, educator certificate copy up there. A couple quotes I like to remember, and my medal from my university from graduation, that's all up there. I had planned to make this like a Miss D'Amano board, like get to know me, you know, whatever, and it never happened. But those are up there, that's fine. I'll probably make it look cuter. That's coming up here. And then I've got a couple things stored up here. Looking in my closet, this is the part that scares me. Here we go. Light switch on. Dun dun dun. It is such a full mess in this closet right now. So let me give you a turn into my world. So, and this was my small group chair. It's in the closet so they don't take my rolly chair away from me. Back here are flat posters that I'm going to rehang this coming up school year, so they're there so I know where they are. These are things that hang up in my classroom. This was their, it wasn't PBIs, but it was like leadership slips. If they earned one, they would go in here. This is where I put their computer passwords and stuff, so that's all hanging flat. I'll get rid of that at the beginning of the year. It fell off my wall and broke, and I'll probably just put it in the auditorium with all the other stuff that I don't feel like using again. All of this is unplugged and empty and clean, and it's just sitting there now. This is a hodgepodge of stuff up there. That is just hanging because it's a spot to hang magnets. My entire library, and I can't open it because this opens this way, but my entire library is shoved in there, and it makes me very, very sad, and I don't want to show you guys because it hurts my heart. So that's in there. All my storage for the year is all in here. I didn't really shove anything on the shelves. The shelves are mostly the same, and I'm sad because I wanted access to my classroom over the summer so I could further organize and like inventory what I had, because I felt like that was one of my issues this year was I had so much stuff I didn't know what I had, so I would go purchase like centers on TPT and I didn't need to. My pocket chart and more storage is back there, and I left myself a little walkway because that dark blue bin is my student data files, and I need to make sure I can access those. I have to pull out like our progress monitoring plans for the CUME folders, and in case any parents request retentions, I need to be able to have data to either support that decision or dispute that decision. Like I have one kiddo whose mom wants to retain her, and all my data proves, and my thought is no. So I need to make sure I can access that for that meeting. Posters that I'll hang at the next year, like the ones that admin has us hang up, are up top. This is the same. I did go through and get rid of any food in my food drawer that was going to expire over the summer. I brought that home. But otherwise, it's here. It's a mess. I am so going to regret not cleaning things up and organizing them in the fall. But it is what it is. All right, so I'm about to leave. It's now raining. I brought home my laminating sheets, and a box of cardstock so I can work on things over the summer. I'm gonna flip you around. I'm gonna show you what I did bring in. Teacher donated to me from my mom's coworker, who was actually one of my old elementary school teachers. She donated that to me. I brought in those, which have been sitting in my car since like October, and my game plan is to cut them in half to make privacy dividers for assessments, and it just never happened. And then I brought in that purple box of teacher read alouds that have been sitting in my car for a while now. So other than that, I did some computer work, and I kind of been just dilly-dallying. Didn't really want to go to the apartment, so I wanted to, I guess, be here. Obviously, I've been here for a few hours, but I'm leaving now. It's raining. I have no idea if you can tell. There you go. And I am ready to go home.